When you can get within 3 foot of a wedge-tail eagle and take the photographs of meeting on a kill, that's special.
The year we've been on the road travelling, we've already made lifelong friends. So I can only imagine 14 years of that.
Whatever Barley's got, or whatever Australia's got it. You know,
Somewhere.
the beaches, the scenery, the animals, we've got it. I don't know how you can say the Nullarbor is boring. It is a beautiful drive.
Back everyone.
Welcome back.
We've got a great episode today, don't we?
We do.
Yep.
We have some very special guests with us today.
Yeah, we do. Well, one of the things I love about travelling is not just the travel, but it's the people we meet, hey?
It is. And these people are friends of ours. Well, for me, they're kind of like second parents, I'd say, because we've known them since I was a little kid. We've grown up together with them, and we thought today, because they have got some interesting stories and they have been on the road for a very long time, but we'll let them tell you about that.
Yeah.
We just thought we'd delve into their experiences and hear what they have to say about life on the road.
Yep. All right, so we've got Barrie and Di. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, everybody.
So you guys have been on the road for a long time, hey?
We've been on the road. We're going into our 14th year.
14th year full-time travel.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you're still married.
So far.
When you
That's a long
started
time.
travelling, do you think you'd be doing it full-time? When you started?
No,
For
we
so
thought we
long.
were on a 2-year journey.
Yeah, right.
We thought we were on a 2-year. It was when we came off the Gibb River that we decided that we wanted to stay on the road longer. So we got rid of our trailer, and then we brought a caravan. And here she is.
Yeah. So you've had this for a while?
11 years.
11 years. New age.
New age, yeah.
Yeah, she's been a good van. We bought wisely,
Yeah.
which helps.
And what
Yeah.
what sort of car do you tow it with?
A 200 series Land Cruiser.
Of course you do.
No other vehicle.
We've always been cruiser people.
Well, 14 years on the road, you must have had some experiences. What are some of the ones that jump out at you that think, wow, life is great?
There's 2 that was on our bucket list, and we've achieved that.
Yeah.
And that was swimming with the whale sharks
Yeah, right.
at Cape Range
Which was
National
on
Park,
my
WA.
was my number one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And going through the horizontal falls up in top of WA.
Oh wow, I didn't realise you'd done that.
Yeah.
Oh,
What was that like?
So exciting.
exciting and scary at the same time.
Adrenaline rush.
It was really a
Yeah.
good rush.
I felt like a little girl. I screamed so much.
That would be me.
They've modernised the boats now, but when we went through it first, it was like sitting on a horse saddle.
Oh wow.
So you were seated astride and hold it like that.
I've seen pictures of it and some videos, but
Yeah. Did you
something
just do the day tour there?
No, we
No, we
stayed
did overnight.
Oh wow.
We did overnight.
It's difficult to say. There's been so many good experiences along the road, but I mean anything to do with the Kimberley or the Pilbara. We like, central Queensland is really a great place to be as a traveller. There's so many places in Australia. You can do anything. You can find whatever you can find overseas. Somewhere you can find it in Australia. That's what we like about it, isn't it? It changes everywhere.
Yeah, Australia is the only country I believe that you can still do this sort of travel in and be safe.
And be safe.
yeah.
You know, 14 years on the road, never had an incident.
Wow.
So,
We have lots of wildlife moments,
Yeah.
and that's what means a lot to us.
Yeah.
Seeing things in the either going from dolphins or sharks. We've had a few encounters with crocodiles. Like we've just had some wonderful times that you just can't buy that. Like, you have to be there and experience the surroundings. We've had a nice life.
when you can get within 3 foot of a wedge-tail eagle and take the photographs of meeting on a kill, that's special.
Wow.
Special, yeah. So
It is, isn't
we've
it?
done that. Photographs to
Or
prove
see
it.
the eagle try to take a cockatoo, a black cockatoo out
Oh wow.
up in the sky, and see what the cockatoo does to save himself and his friends. Yeah,
Part of the world that people don't really see, do they?
no, that's right. Lots of times like that. Yeah.
Is there anywhere you haven't been that you want to go?
There's lots of places. Australia's so big, we'll never fit it all in. We have been around about 4 times,
Yeah, right.
and
We've had lots of different adventures.
every time you go, there's always something new. Always something new, or something you've left behind you're going to do next time.
Yeah.
One of our favourite travelling spots is travelling across the Nullarbor.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We love travelling across the Nullarbor. Everybody, a lot of people we spoke to, like, oh, it's boring and all that. I don't know how you can say the Nullarbor is boring.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful drive.
We're yet to do that.
It's very different as you go along.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you can take 2 days or you can take 10 days, whatever suits. It depends on your time and circumstances. I mean, that's the same for everybody that travels. We all do it differently.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, we've got our way of doing things. It doesn't mean to say that that's the right way. It's just what suits us. And it's good to see that, you know, such a huge array of people out there with the different rigs, the different backgrounds. It's just amazing. There's so many families on the road over the last few years. That's what we've really noticed.
Yeah.
Is how many more young families are getting out there.
We find that people don't judge you with what rig you've got, because you're all doing the same.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter whether you've got a great big king of the road, or, you know, or little tiny new age like we've got.
A tent.
A tent.
We all do
People
it
are out
differently.
there and they're enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
And we've met so many friends on the road that we're still in touch with when we first started out 14 years ago.
Yeah.
So we really enjoy it.
A special breed of people travelling, aren't they?
I know, and the year we've been on the road travelling, we've already made lifelong friends. So I can only imagine 14 years of that, you know.
We're doing it very differently to what we started. I mean, we retired early. Barrie was 57 and I was 53. And I'm so pleased we took that jump and retired, because the first few years it was so hectic. Barrie here lost like 20 kilos.
Show you the pictures if you want.
Just because, you know, there's so much to go and see and you have to do all the walks and all of those things. I mean, in hindsight, as we've gone along, we've changed the way that we travel. We travelled for 2 years with a trailer, and we were real tourists with that. We stopped everywhere we could. Then we bought the caravan and we bought a boat. So we did it a bit differently. We were slowed down a little bit. We explored states for longer. And then, unfortunately, the last few years we both had some medical issues with limbs or joints, because we worn them out. So we've had to fix those on, which is difficult when you're on the road, like to do those things. But we realised that we thought we should have had enough by now, but we still want to have another couple of years before we settle down.
Yeah.
That's
So.
really tough.
Life is tough, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, it's
Don't forget, being great nomads, you don't get holidays. You don't get paid for it.
That's true.
That's what I always say.
All right, so some questions.
Here we go.
Favourite state?
Difficult. WA or South Australia, they're both very much up there.
For different reasons.
yeah.
WA because of the scenery and it's so diverse.
The Pilbara and the Pilbara and the Kimberley.
South Australia simply because of the fishing.
Well, we know we know the fishing definitely in South Australia, because you're always putting photos up and pictures, and we've always been so envious.
Yeah. So that's the thing. We still take the boat into WA. We still go fishing in WA, and we catch feed of fish and what have you.
We try to have 3 months on the Eyre Peninsula in South Australia every year, and we try to be on the East Coast 1 year and the West Coast the next year. That's how we sort of gauge ourselves. But it's difficult because to see everything, you have to be there for different times of the year.
Yeah, different seasons.
You always have something to go back to. So we've been back and back and back to places like, for us, Caravanning, when we did the national park in Western Australia. The walks are really hard for us. We started off when we were a bit fitter, but it actually took 3 visits to Caravanning for us to get all the walks under our belt, because we couldn't do them all in the same week as some people can. You know, we had to, but we didn't want to miss them, so you just have to keep going back and
as I said earlier,
visiting.
there's always something there to go back to, and that's the beauty about it. And you know, we did the bungles. We did that in a helicopter flight, and then we did it the walk-in. It's so different.
There's some amazing,
really
spectacular scenery out there, and we still we haven't done it for a couple of years because of joint issues, but we store the van when we go to Western Australia. We haven't stored it over in Queensland yet, but we go and do the Gibb River Road with our tent. We've been up to Columbaroo with the boat on.
Mitchell Falls.
We've done Cape Leveque several times. We don't take the van there. Our van is a semi-off-road van, but we just don't want the... it's a lot harder when you're driving on those roads and you're towing a van, and we just felt it was not enjoyable for us to do that. So we prefer to... we've always been campers, so we just camp light, and of course over there the weather isn't normally an issue at that time of the year, in the winter when everybody goes over there. But I have to say, the road's getting busier, travellers are getting more and more. I don't know what the last count with the last census was, but there are just a lot more people out there doing it.
I think there's a lot more people. COVID brought this in because a lot more people had to stay at home. And people realise what's in their own backyard. And people don't, you know, whatever Barley's got or whatever Australia's got it. You know,
somewhere.
The beaches, the scenery, the animals, we've got it.
The land's so diverse, there's so many different things you can visit.
And I've never had any inclination to want to go anywhere else but Australia. You know, Australia's been good to us.
Cape Ranges National Park is probably our favourite. It's really hard though because there's so many wonderful national parks around.
Do you prefer the heat or the cold?
Oh, definitely the heat.
I don't
We haven't been to Tasmania yet. We've been before, but we haven't on our retirement trip done Tasmania yet.
Is that on the list?
Eventually. I mean, we've got a heater on board and all of those things, but it's hard to go back down. We try to stay in the reasonable weather, really.
I will add, if you go over to WA, you've got to go there for nearly 12 months to see
at least,
everything. Going over there for a couple of weeks is a waste of time. You know?
You've got so much to see and do. I think that's why we have put WA as one of those states we're going to visit later, just because we want to have that 12 months to be able to head over there and do all that.
You need to go back, you know, after 12 months you need to go back again.
We've got so much on, and we just know we could never get to WA next year and do it properly.
No, there's no way. We just got...
WA is a 12-month trip. You know, and you can go up and over the top, up Queensland over the top and down, or you can go across and up.
So we still like travelling. Like we're grey nomads. So you see a lot of people on the road. They stay in one place for a long time. People that are travelling on shorter time frames, you've got to just do the miles and see what you've got to see. But we've started now we'll go to our spot and maybe take the boat up. We'll stay a month if we can, especially over in the west. So we like to. We might do the Pilbara one year, and then the next year next time we go back to Western Australia, we'll just stay in the Kimberley area and do the Kimberley again with the bungles and the Gibb River.
We do a lot of our camping on low-cost donation camps, and we do that because we enjoy it more. You're more interactive with the people on them sites, and it's hard to... I'd like to say they're more friendly than being in a caravan park, because you interact with them all the time, and they're doing what you're doing, so they're interested in doing what you know.
We don't
they tell you the places to go to. This is it.
We don't stay in many caravan parks, but we do. I would never go past a place and not stay because there wasn't a low-cost camp around. But generally, I mean, Australia's a wonderful place, and a lot of towns recognise the value of travellers, and they want you to stay, and they make you feel welcome.
I shouldn't be saying this, but over in South Australia, most of the donation-free camps are on the beach or by the beach. They're closer than the caravan parks.
Yeah, that's right.
And and that's what people like. You know.
And we love a good scene.
We stayed at an amazing camp at Port Gibbon. It was $5 a night, and it was just stunning.
It was like right on the beach.
Yeah, that was one of our first places we stayed at.
Well, that was one of the places that we met about 7 couples.
Yeah, 7 couples
on our first trip. And we're still keep in touch with all of those people.
They've got amenities there now too, at Port Gibbon.
Yeah, they
always had.
Oh, it might be a different one we're thinking of, I think.
Yeah, we're right down the the southern end of Port Gibbon.
Yeah, a bit further up. Yeah.
Yeah, very rare then toilets.
Yeah.
Open air with a view.
That's it. Best view in town.
Best view in town, that's right.
Anything you do differently?
Yeah, there is. I wish I'd have started earlier in life.
Awesome.
We could have probably 5 years earlier would have probably been the more optimum time for us.
Yeah.
People, like I've just turned retirement age, official retirement age. I cannot imagine for a moment doing the things that we've done early on, particularly in our journeys. I can't imagine doing them now because, you know, age catches up with you. Yeah. If you're aging well, it's wonderful. You know, people are still out there and at 90 and doing trips and things. But I think we could have done a lot more. If we'd started earlier. Yeah. And we would have roughed it a bit more.
We managed to get into that, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, it was actually you guys that probably motivated us the most to get moving.
Yeah, I think we did when it was got to that final decision. I think we ended up asking you, and you both just said, just do it.
Yeah.
We might have made it look very glossy and thinking it's a good life and all that, but it really doesn't suit everybody on the road.
No, what we found is that you both have to have the love for it. Yeah. There's lots of people trying to do it out there where it's a compromise for one of the partners, and so that doesn't work for a long period.
We've met couples like that where one just wants to keep going and the other one's really only just doing it to give them a taste of what they want, but the other one wants to go home.
But the biggest drawback is when you get grandchildren.
Yes, I was just going to say, the other thing is grandchildren. Like, you know,
they've got a pull like you wouldn't believe.
We didn't have any grandchildren when we first started, and we managed to get one during the time, and he certainly made us travel differently because we had to keep coming back to see him and support him. And but I mean, you just adapt.
I think that's it. I think everyone then, as time changes and circumstances change, you just adapt to it.
And that's what we're doing now. We're adapting. We're having a different year this year. We were in one place for a period of time, longer than what we've ever been. But that really showed us that, you know, we hadn't lost that drive to get back on the road. We're happy again, aren't we?
We're very happy.
Well, I reckon that wraps it up, I think.
Thanks so much, guys.
Oh, no, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for sharing all that. Hopefully you've inspired some more grey nomads to hit the road.
More families as well, yeah, for sure.
All you nomads out there, we'll catch you somewhere along the line.
100%. All right, guys. Well, we will see you in the next video.
See you then.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.